Oh, disregard. I got a streaming problem. Something just kicked out.
Live from the Salisbury Studios, fueled by Monster Energy, this is WSN.
To try a shot and try to win the game.
This is the Notebook Wagering Show on the Wylde Style Network. Here are your hosts, Q, Smitty, Matt, and J Cam.
Hey, it's Thursday night, notebook wagering time. We're a little late, but guess what? It was well worth it. Let me just do this before we introduce myself and Matt here in a second. We got a lot of great shows here. Wylde Style Productions, man. And if you're not following us, you better. Got Stand Up and with Jess, Stand Up and Shout, The Rock Show, Tribe Called Jess. Fantastic. So you got rock music. You got relationships. She talks a little bit even sex sometimes. So if you're into that, hey, everyone's into that. So check that out. Then we come in here and do a little sports, a little gambling talk. But Pete Evick, man, guitar player for Bret Michaels, was just in studio with the Stand Up and Shout guys. So check this out. I stood in amazement here, Matt, for a little bit and just listened to this guy tell some stories. Those two guys, Jeff and Kevin, do a fantastic show, all the time. But doing that interview, it was great. I got a little sticker on Stand Up and Shout. I got a bunch of them right here. Those guys do great work. Like those guys a lot. I've hung out with those guys, especially at the fights, man. They're fun to hang out with the fights. So, but guess what? Who cares? We're a little late, but it was well worth it because that guy, Bret Michaels, great lead singer. Pete, unbelievable guitar player. Fantastic. John, what's happening, my friend?
Not a whole lot, man. Just enjoying the group of podcasts we have tonight, and seeing Pete was a nice bonus. And it's crazy that he was saying that Bret talks about how he doesn't feel like, he's like, man, when are we gonna get a hit? And Pete's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like today, like we're touring everywhere.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's phenomenal. Incredible stories.
Yeah, I've seen Bret perform with Poison probably about 10 times. Maddie, how many times have you seen Poison? Have you ever seen Poison?
No, not live.
Oh,
I'm
my
not
goodness.
I'm not a big concert guy, man.
Oh, jeez.
I'd rather go to a ball game over a concert.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Anytime with Bret Michaels, man, I'm going to go see a concert. So, all right, man, what's happening here Thursday night? Smitty, live from the Salisbury Center, powered by Monster Energy. We got our guy up in Pittsburgh, Matty Nails. What's happening, Matty? What's the outfit tonight, man? You got a little Sixers jersey, I would have to say, after a big win.
Yeah, Sixers jersey. Big win. It was a sweat, I'll say that. And I'm not a fan of their outlook going forward after watching that game last night. I was originally hopeful, but now I think I'm gonna put on the brakes a little bit. So we'll see. We're digging into the NBA for you listeners now, and the NHL coming up. We got the NHL playoffs too.
All right, Ken, Mike, thanks for being in the chat. Everybody, let's get in the chat tonight. Let's have a little bit of fun because this is a boring night. There's not a lot going on. Yeah, a couple of Major League Baseball games, a lot of day games. the Cubs game, I was on that. I was going to do the Marlins tonight, Matt, but the game got canceled. I was going to do the Marlins, and they're a bad baseball team. They're not good. But I was going to do the team runs because Tyon's coming back from an injury, but there's one late tonight. I don't know if it's an official play by you, but you have a lean, so let's throw it out a little bit.
Yeah, lean to the Giants. It's minus 145. It came down a little bit. It was minus 150, but I like the starting pitcher. I like Logan Webb much better than Nelson going for Arizona. So I think it's just a chalk play, but 145 is not an awful number to grab. Yeah, Ryan Nelson, 5.27 ERA. Just probably not going to play in San Francisco's ballpark. I'm forgetting the name of it, which is a great park too. It's shocking here, but he's 1-2, 13 strikeouts, 5 walks. Just he's flat. So I'm going to lean and go with the easy favorite tonight. Go with the Giants.
Yeah, I gave out on College Insiders today. I'm on Vandy money line, which they're up, I think 9-3 against Florida. But then I put them with Texas A&M against Bama, and that game is rained out, which is no fun. Now we're getting rain in the South. Shocker, there's rain in the South. And then let me just see real quick. Now the Vandy game's in a rain delay too, so fantastic. I did play BYU. That just went off. I did the run line tonight against Oklahoma, plus 1.5, plus money. So we'll see where that goes tonight. But other than that, man, it's there's nothing going on. I mean, it's a very slow night. So, we'll go into some stuff here and just try to get in the chat. Larry Hughes, man, I haven't heard that name. Pack attack there with man, that's great, man. I haven't seen Larry Hughes. That's great. Yeah, so let's dive in. We'll dive into the NBA. Since you're wearing the jersey, I had some baseball stuff. But let's go. So tomorrow night you got and I got to update these lines, so they might have changed, but you got Sacramento playing the Pelicans, New Orleans. Zion's out again, which is, he's always out. Can you ever count on this guy to play? You really can't. And I'll be honest, I follow the NBA a little bit. This is when we start getting into it because Maddie likes this. I get into the playoffs, and we'll have some good discussions over the next couple weeks, which is going to be fun. And we'll do some player props. Matt's fantastic at player props. I like to do some player props. But Maddie, where's the lean tomorrow night with this? I'm going to look up and try to get a new updated line on this, but where are you going?
You might be shocked. I'm actually going to play the Bulls getting points against the Heat. The Bulls have actually played good down the stretch. And if Jimmy Butler is, he might not go. He hurt his MCL.
He's not. It doesn't look like he's going at all. Yeah.
I'm sure the knee's going to swell up, so he's probably going to sit unless it's by some miraculous thing. And I think they have enough talent with DeMar DeRozan, and Kobe White is playing out of his mind right now. He had 42, 46 last night. I would give the Bulls a shot on the money line, and then because Zion's out, I would probably play the Kings. I think the Kings can run them and get away with it. It's going to be Valanciunas and Brandon Ingram versus a pretty loaded Kings team who underperformed this year, and I still think the Kings are more of a team that they were last year.
I teased the points up in both games because in the playing games the under's been hitting more. So luckily, if you had the real under, not a teaser play in the first game, that was you kind of got kicked a little bit with that because they took it out there. They hit a late 3, the Heat, and it covered. So that was tight. And the Bulls game, man, that was the NBA All-Star game.
Yeah.
That was crazy last night. I was looking, I had 228.5. It got up to 252.5. And I was like, should I just throw a little bit more money on this and try to balance it out? And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. It's foolish. Let's just move on to the next day because it's the NBA playoffs playing game and I stayed off. So yeah, I agree with you, Matt. I think the Bulls are not a bad play tomorrow. And, I don't know. The Heat, man, without Butler, I think that's a tight spot. I really do. So where are you going here then?
I don't know where the Heat's going to get any scoring. Who's going to score for him? Tyler Hero and Adebayo, but that's it. I mean, I think it's an upset, which is fun because I'll actually be rooting for the Bulls. I am not a Miami Heat fan in any way, shape, or form. So,
okay, so let me do rapid fire here with you because you're probably a little bit more in. I'm going to dive in a little bit more here with the playoffs here. So we're going to go Saturday, 1 p.m. You got the Magic against the Cavaliers. Cavaliers are 4.5-point favorites. Real quick, money, I don't care. You can do money line or the spread.
if Mitchell is questionable, give me the Magic plus the points. If he's a healthy go, I'll lay the points with the Cavs. It's only 4.5.
How about what Cleveland did last I think it was Sunday, last day of regular season.
Yeah, they tanked. Oh yeah.
And some people had them winning like the conference, and that was a team. They were 14.5-point favorites, and they lost the game.
Yeah,
and more or less came out and said, we just didn't want to be in that spot in the playoffs.
Well, that's motivation for Orlando. So,
all right, let's keep going here. Suns, Minnesota. That's a 3:30 game on Saturday. Minnesota -2. Where are you going?
Here's the upset special. Take the Suns to actually win the series. For some reason, Minnesota really struggles against Phoenix. I don't know why, and I believe, don't hold me to this, I think I heard this correctly or saw it correctly. Edwards for Minnesota only averages 14.5 points per game against the Suns for some reason. Now, I know Gobert is still in the middle, and they're still young and talented, but without Karl Anthony Towns, I don't think they can get past the Suns. And the Suns team has 3 guys who average over 20 points. So I think the Suns are going to try to run them and run them some more. So I would lay money on the series, and you can probably get a pretty decent plus number on the Suns to win the series.
All right. Oh, here we go. You know where he's going to go here. Just let everybody know here. Let's see where he goes here. Let's see if he's really if he really breaks down the game or if he's going to be the biggest homer here in the room. Sixers, they're playing New York, the Knicks. Knicks -3. Where are you heading with this one, Matty?
I don't think Embiid is right. And therefore, being a road team here in the series, I don't think they can beat the Knicks. The Knicks are going to throw 3 dudes at Embiid at all times, and they're going to bang him. Hartenstein, Robinson, and they can throw that Precious Achua. I don't want to say his name wrong. And even Julius Randle will get down there and bang with him if he's playing. Or he's out, I'm sorry. I don't like the Knicks, though, either. This is, to me, one of the crappiest matchups of the first round. It's a rivalry, but both teams are coming in. I mean, the Sixers are coming in really hot, but they had to just to get in. And Jalen Brunson's on fire. I don't like the Knicks roster, though. But if Embiid is not healthy, I cannot bet on the Sixers. I would probably say this might go 7 games, and I hate to do it. And I'm a huge Sixers fan, but I think it's a Knicks series.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the money line on that. I think that's a good money line play. Game 1.
Yeah, I'm just I'd like the matchup for the Sixers if Embiid were 100% healthy. If I knew he was 100% healthy, I'd put money on the Sixers.
Yeah. You see that sometimes in these NBA, like the home team gets that first one. A lot of people are saying the Sixers are going to win the series, and they come back and then they go, then it flips back to Philly and they can go from there. So I think a money line play is really good for the Knicks in that one. I like the money line play. All right, I'd look
at a lot of unders though in that series. I think it'll be a lot of defensive struggle. That kind of reminds me
209 on scores and odds right now.
Reminds me of the old Knicks late 80s, early 90s squads where they're going to dumb it down.
Let's name some players real quick. Rapid fire. Patrick Ewing. Go, Matt. Who else is on that team? Charles Oakley. Xavier McDaniel?
I don't know if McDaniel was, but Anthony Mason definitely was.
Oh, Anthony Mason. Okay, I'm out. John Starks.
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson. Oh man, Kiki Vandeweghe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm out.
I don't think
I'm
so,
running
but
out. I'm running out there now. I'm done.
that's bold. I'm trying to think of it. I think Allen Houston was after
Oh,
that.
Allen Houston did play for them. Good one.
Yeah.
That was good. Hey, in the chat, if you know anybody that played on those Knicks teams, put it out there. Let's go. All right, here, Lakers, 7.5. And listen, I don't like the Lakers. I'm not a big LeBron James guy, and I'll say it. But here's the thing with the Lakers in this. They get to the foul line. They shoot a ton of free throws. 7.5. That's a lot of points, Matt.
I hate the Lakers.
I'm right with you. But here's the thing. And I think Denver, and I'll ask you here in a little bit, who you think's going to win the East and who's going to win the West. I think Denver wins the West.
Totally agree.
Okay, but 7.5, a team that they just shoot, they call fouls every time, man. They shoot free throw. I mean, look at the numbers. It's free throw after free throw after free throw with this team. All right, what are you going to do? 7.5, what would you play?
I'm going to lay it. The Lakers haven't beat the Nuggets since 2022. They're over their last 8. They just can't. Davis cannot guard Jokic. He just can't. Now, Jokic isn't going to guard Davis either. So it's kind of a wash. But I actually think this Nuggets team this year might be better than last year's championship team. But I think they're going to get pushed in the finals. I hate to say it, but I think this is just number 1 versus number 1. I think we're going to see Lakers, Celtics, NBA Finals, which should be a great draw.
Okay.
Should be a great matchup.
Well, I'm right with you. I think, and listen, I'm a Celtics fan. I grew up, my family, my dad, we watched that's back with DJ and Parrish and McHale and Ainge and Bird and all this. And I think the same thing, but the Celtics choke in the playoffs. They really do sometimes. I don't know about their head coach. He scares me at times, but I think it's Denver and the Celtics. So we're together on that. So, all right.
If you want something fun though, because I think the bracket should break down. I actually think the Mavericks are live, but I don't think the Mavericks can beat the Nuggets. So I think the live team potentially in the West, because I don't think anybody's live in the East. I don't. I just think it's the Celtics to basically lose. I think the live team in the West is actually the Phoenix Suns. And I don't like them. I don't like anything about them. KD and his flipping teams and trying to go here and win and go there and win, and Booker and now Beal. Now, none of them play defense, but they can score. And I think that's enough if they just play average defense. And Yusuf Nurkic in the middle is good enough to keep them at bay on D. So he's not like a big shot rim protector, but he's good, and he's definitely a great rebounder. So if I were to take any fun money, I would put a little bit on the Phoenix Suns to make the NBA Finals. Not win it all, but make the finals.
I like it. All right. Now, not all the lines are out because some of those games tomorrow night, like the Celtics, who they play and everything like that. But Sunday, you got Dallas traveling to Los Angeles with the Clippers. Dallas on scores and odds, -1.5. What do you think there, Matty?
I like Dallas. I think they're live. The Clips are coming in a little banged up, and Harden is a prototypical playoff choker. He's never won anything. Paul George and Kawhi are still going to get theirs, but they're old too, and they're banged up. Nobody's really healthy at this point. But I think that actually the Mavs are looking really good, and they played really good down the stretch. And for a change, they actually played defense, I believe, their last 10 games. I think they were top 5 in defensive efficiency in the last 10 games. So if they can keep that up, I think they're really dangerous.
All right, last one here. I was just checking my college baseball here real quick. So Pacers, Bucks. Pacers are -1.5.
I know one thing I'll play here is the overs because neither of these teams play defense.
Wow.
The Pacers think every game is an all-star game. They just want to get up and go. and that's fine. And I don't think 233 is out of the question, especially if you watch that Kings or the Bulls game.
Bulls,
the other night. Yeah.
Yeah, that was ridiculous last night.
Yeah. Bulls, Hawks. I mean, that's the pace the Pacers want to play. And Milwaukee, with losing Holiday, I can't believe how bad their defense has gotten this year. And Giannis is actually a good defender, but nobody else seems to play any defense there. Lopez is slow in the middle. I think the Pacers can run these guys. I would actually this is the series where I would pick against a favorite, and I would take the Pacers to win the series.
All right. There you go. That's NBA.
I think Giannis needs a break. I think he's tired. He's been going at it pretty hard for the last couple of years after their title run. So,
yeah, Charlie Ward was brought in the chat there on that
That's
team.
awesome.
That was great. Yeah, good job, Ken, with Charlie Ward. And then we were talking about somebody. Where is it at here? James said, "I would have loved to see what Charlie would have done in the NFL." Yeah, Charlie, great Florida State teams. I mean, just
he was a hell of an
unbelievable.
athlete.
Yeah, just an unbelievable athlete. It would, yeah. And, the thing with that, James, I'm going to say, you look at people like that and where the league is now, because everybody always says about Cordell Stewart. They're like, could you imagine Cordell Stewart now in the league? Cordell Stewart would be fantastic. And that the league's a little bit more open when it was. How about Randall L. for the Steelers?
Yeah.
Oh, Randall L. was fantastic, Matt. Stop.
Come on. He's
Could
no
throw
better
the
than-
ball, could catch, a little bit more open up in the leg, a little bit more scoring right now. Randall L would have been fantastic, even more. He was good for the Steelers back end.
I'd take Debo Samuel over Randall L.
Oh, I would too, but I'm just
But
saying.
I think they're kind of the same player.
I think Debo's a little bit better than Randall L, but I'm just saying Randall L, I think game would even been a little bit more if it was now. So, all right, let's go Major League Baseball. Not a lot tonight. We got one game here. Matty already hit on it. Like I said, I was going to try to do team total with the Marlins tonight. But, okay, I got a couple things, and we're going to talk. I got a couple notes here with Major League Baseball. The Pirates are scuffling a little bit, which, every team does. The Mets cleaned it up a little bit over them. But, Matty, a couple things here. Jackson Holiday.
Yep.
Big time. Number one pick. I think he's, 19, 20 years old. Baltimore brought him up in 7. He's 1 for 25, 4 runs, 1 RBI, 14 strikeouts. Okay, so here's my question. And in the chat, chime in. Are these teams rushing these guys way too fast?
No. Sure, they might scuffle. Go back and look at some of the other guys who got brought up. Andrew Jones, I think, played when he was 19. It's definitely going to be a learning curve. He's definitely going to see better pitching. A lot of teams now have all these advanced scouts, advanced metrics. It's different now. So, I mean, I hope they don't send him down and hurt his ego or anything like that, but they might have to because he is, one hit is pretty bad. But they are loaded. So I think they can leave him up and just play him maybe every other day, get him better coaching, better prepared. You know what? He's got to even put on a little bit of weight. He's just young. That's it. I don't think it's ruining it. I wish more teams did it when some of these guys rot in the minors. You draft them round 1, and next thing you know, they're 24 and they're still a AAA ball. And you're like, they're scuffling. We'll send him up, see what he's got. And then if he scuffles in the majors, then send him back down. But you got to give these guys a shot. I'm all for it to get the best 10 years you can out of guys.
Same batting average as Castellina. Yeah. Hey, he beat the Pirates, though, the other day. Hit that one into center field there. So, yeah. The junkies were talking about him today, and, a couple of them down here said, if he has a bad weekend again, you got to watch the confidence. If he's really, it's the same thing with right now with the Pirates. I'm going to say it, and not as young as Holiday, but Cruz is really struggling. Davis, number 1 pick, really struggling, and it is hard. It's like, do you send them down? Does that hurt their ego, or do you keep them up? And then, so it's tough. I mean, it's a tough thing. I mean, the kid, listen, I didn't bring this up to say the kid's not going to be good. The kid's going to be good because here's the thing. The kid's hit everywhere in the minor leagues in his young days. He's going to hit. He's just scuffling right now. So it was just a question. All right, next one. Jared Jones, Pirates.
Yep.
He's doing fantastic. But here's the thing. The other night against the Mets, he's just pitching just unbelievable game. 5 innings, supposedly that was their cutoff point. 59 pitches, he's done. So far, he's 1-2, 3.13 ERA, 23 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts, got pulled after 5, 59 pitches. Matty, here's my question for you right now. Do you believe in pitch counts? And then I'll come back with something, but I'm going to let you run with that.
Do I personally believe in pitch counts?
Yes.
No, I think they should. I think they should be thrown out. However, these kids from Teener League, Pony League, whatever you call it, Legion, high school, all are on pitch counts, so they're all used to it. There is no more horses anymore. It's 5 innings. Get it to our specialties. The longer pen guys. Then you have the middle relief guy, the specialty, the 2-out guy who comes in versus a lefty, the 2-out guy who comes in versus a righty. Get your minimum at bats, get to the closer, move on to the next game. I wish more guys wanted to pitch 8 innings, 9 innings, get the complete game. The kid for Houston would have went to probably complete games. They probably should have left him in that one. He went no hitter, 1 hitter, but they yanked him as soon as he gave up a hit. That shows you that pitch counts are not going to go away. They're never going away.
Okay, so next thing is, here's my question is, why is it, now he didn't even get to 100 pitches. It's always been 100 pitches. Now he only got to 59, and Shelton came out right away and said he knew, and Jones came out in interviews too and said, I knew I was only going 5 innings. It didn't matter what my pitch count. I knew what the plan was, and I'm fine with it. I disagree with that. And everyone with the Pirates, and then here's my question. He's pitching tonight. All I saw was, of course, he struck out all 3 in the first inning. I don't know what he's done after. And they have great young arms coming, man. The Pirates, their pitching staff is going to be deep. They got some cannon arms coming. But with Jones, I mean, listen, I get it if you're going to shut him down. By July or August, the Pirates might be out of it. Then shut him down. Right now, they're right there. You're taking him out after 59 pitches? Here's my rant. How many guys have arm problems right now? A ton. Oh, how many years have we done this pitch count? The last couple. Oh, what's the difference? They're still having arm problems. And you can complain about the pitch clock. You can complain about these guys trying to throw over 100. It happens, it happens. You can't predict the future. I'm sorry. I think that was crap. 59 pitches. Shame on the Pirates. Shame on Major League. And guess what? Just bring Skeens up right now and throw 4. He's throwing 3 innings down in AAA right now. That's all he's done. I mean, they're like, oh, we're gonna try to stretch him. What, to 60 pitches?
So I'm gonna chime in real quick. So the Pirates yanked Jones after 59 pitches in his 5 innings pitched. The score of the game was 1-0 Pirates. Did they end up winning that game?
No, they got blown out.
Why are you yanking a kid when he's up and has 59 pitches?
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah,
they pulled Perez on a Monday afternoon in Pittsburgh against Detroit with 89 pitches. The guy's a vet.
So I'm going to go on a mini rant. Sunday game to major leaguers and organizations have become a joke. It's basically the NBA game where everybody sits and gets rest. Are you telling me that these guys can't play 3 or 4 days in a row?
Yep.
And those Sunday games, these teams who stack a lineup usually end up winning the game, and that gives them a huge advantage. I don't get the logic behind sitting everybody on a Sunday and you're playing a backup center fielder, a backup third baseman, some third string bullpen catcher, and you expect to win baseball games. we all know at the end of the year, even though the season is 162 games, there's play-in games. They're tied. It's a 1-game difference.
Yep.
Quit blowing an easy Sunday win. Tell these guys, look, you're playing 6 games this week. None of this 5-game horse shit. Get out there and start earning your paycheck. I don't care if you're tired.
Yeah, my dad, we've argued with that, and I try to defend it a little bit. I'm like, once in a while, if they're scuffling, they might need a day just to take a day. Yeah. But I 100% agree with you, Matt. James just said, ever since they stopped letting guys drink in the dugout, arms are just lubricated the same. Hey, listen, get these guys tanked up just don't let them drive. Get an Uber. We have Ubers, and there's Ubers. Let these guys get hammered. Then I could care less. Just don't let them drive.
Real quick, I heard a great story. I guess so. The Phoenix Coyotes in hockey played their last game before they moved to Salt Lake City, and I saw somebody on Twitter/X. He's a reporter from Phoenix, and he's been out there forever. And when Nikolai Habibulin was their goalie, in between periods, this reporter and Habibulin would be down underneath the stands smoking Marlboro Reds together, talking. I'm like, that is amazing. I'd love to hear what they talked about.
Well, so let's just go with this. So back at when we grew up in the 80s, you think there was a pitch count? You think Nolan Ryan was going out of games?
No. I just saw a stat. He threw one game, 13 innings. 13 inning complete game. I believe somebody may have said it was 238 pitches or something that he threw.
I mean, you go back
Jones 4 games to get there.
Yeah, you could either go back more. Was there arm injury? Were guys blowing out arms when we were growing up? No. And hey, listen, I'm going to give a plug. Josh Towers, which we've had on the show twice. We're going to get Josh on. I'm going to write. I have Josh's number. I'm going to text Josh and get him on because he's so opinionated and we love listening to Josh go. Follow his Twitter because he went on a rant and he just said he talked about guys coming up too fast. He's against that. He wants to expand the draft again. And he just goes on, and everything Josh says is so smart. And it's like, yes, this crap. And then everybody again, okay, so here's my next thing. And in the chat, jump into this. I mean, talk about, about guys should be getting hammered in the locker room. I don't care. I mean, I don't care. If it does whatever. It's like Tiger Woods. When Tiger Woods was playing fantastic, he was banging everybody. Maybe he should have went back to that after he got divorced, because then his game sucked. I mean, whatever. I don't care. Get back. This is ridiculous. The pitch count or the pitch clock. I don't think that's causing arm problems, Matt. Do you think that's causing arm problems? I don't think that. No. I don't think it is.
No, I think maybe I'm naive. I think the arm problems are basically because these guys are on a pitch count. They're coming in and they're not pacing themselves. They're literally just letting it fly because they only know they have to go 5 innings. So they're just putting, I mean, not to say guys who threw 9 innings weren't putting in max effort, but they knew, hey, let's dial it back maybe just a little bit because I got to go a little longer tonight. Our bullpen's a little gassed. These guys don't care because they know they have 9 guys in the pen who are going to come in and pitch to 2 batters and get another guy in, pitch to 3 batters, bring in the closer. That's it. It's nuts. I think it actually works against them.
Yeah, that goes back to the Perez thing with the Pirates. I mean, on that Monday day against Detroit. Guy has a shutout going. It's 3-0, I think, the Pirates. He has like 89 pitches, cruising. Oh, we got to bring the closer in. Well, right now our closer sucks. I mean, he stinks.
He got shelled yesterday in a spot duty.
Yeah, spot duty. But you know what I said to my dad? I said, those guys suck always coming into those spots. When they're
Very
not,
true.
when it's not a spot to close, and you try, let's give them some work. Those guys usually tank. They're horrible in those spots.
I'd agree with that.
So, and it drives me crazy because Matt, you said it. My dad has said it too. Every game counts. The game counts in April as it does in July or August or September. A game's a game. You can't blow games. You can't lose games. And this kid right now, if you want to shut down Jared Jones by July, Okay. That's fine. But right now, how do you know what's going to happen in July? I didn't know that Major League Baseball became mind readers with everything. I mean, Skeens right now, bring him up, great, but what's he going to do? Throw 3 innings? Okay, that's fun. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It goes with everything with sports right now. It's like watching these college basketball guys transferring all over the place right now. And I'm not trying to change subjects, but this kind of goes with it. Like Alabama. You have Alabama's coach. They got to the Final Four. Right? I don't even remember. It's been a couple weeks, but they got to the Final Four. Then Kentucky wanted him. He stayed. And you have guys coming back, and you're like, man, we got something going here, man. Final Four, head coach, hot coach. People want him. Kentucky wants some money. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. They're losing everybody.
It's all about the money. Who's going to give them more money?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. Being a Georgetown fan, you finally get a little bit of thing. We got the point guard from Harvard, averaged about 17. Local kid, DC kid, I think, or Maryland kid, coming in, and you're like, okay, we got Epps, we got Styles. I like Styles, kid out of North Carolina, transferred in, played pretty well. Then there was rumors about Epps was leaving. I'm like, okay, I guess now he's not. I haven't heard that. Styles is leaving now. And it's like, well, how do you ever become good in any of this? Like, how can you be a coach and try to rebuild anything when you bring kids in and go, okay, we're going to do this. But then you bring another kid in and it might be the same position of the kid. And he goes, well, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm out of here. Where can I go get more money? Good luck.
Money
sports,
talks, man.
Yeah, sports sucks right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does. So, I mean, that's baseball right now. So, all right, a couple other little notes I have. Greg Peterson put this out. Oakland A's, 10-1 on the run line as a dog. So keep an eye on that. As they're a favorite, do not take the run line. They're 0-3. And Josh Applebaum, man, which I really like his stuff. Fantastic. Which I love Greg Peterson, too. He's been on our show before, too. We got to get Josh on because I really like his stuff. Road favorites. So keep an eye on road favorites in Major League Baseball. They're 57-29, and this was yesterday, and I think we had another winner today. 57-29 road favorites hitting 67%. So keep that in. Some other notes I have right now. Interleague. Keep an eye on the interleague games. Interleague favorites off a win. Fantastic since last year, 62%. And then you just got some bad teams, man. I just want to throw these teams out and just get your quick thoughts on this. The White Sox are really bad. I mean, they're bad. That's a bad
we
team.
covered that last show.
Yeah. How about the Astros? 6-14. What's going on there?
Couldn't happen to a better organization.
Is there no trash cans? Is that what's going on right now, or what's going on?
Well, no, I think they've actually become, I don't want to say old, but it's kind of like what I said earlier with Giannis. It's kind of like they've been to 6 straight AL championship series, which is crazy impressive. Maybe they're just tired. Maybe this is a team where you need to think about maybe selling off a piece or two here or there and getting some youth in. I doubt they will. I mean, they could. I mean, Jeremy Pena is young. Bregman's still young. Alvarez still young. I think they need some new pitching, which is key. They have a really good closer, but it's just a team. It's kind of like they hit their, I don't want to say expiration date, but they've kind of just hit a wall right now. And maybe they need a year off and to regroup, shake it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm actually glad they stink out of the gate. But that White Sox team is atrocious. I actually saw somebody, though, took a bet that they actually think the Marlins are going to finish with the worst record. And I think the Marlins aren't quite as bad as the White Sox because they're young. They play in that big ballpark. They should figure it out at home. I think the White Sox are just a miserable organization right now. Somebody showed their stadium yesterday, I believe it was, and they said if there's 1,000 people here, I'd be excited.
I think they signed Tommy Pham the other day, so just to give you a heads up on that. So
that's great.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know if that was going to push your needle one way or another,
No.
so I just wanted to check it out. So
No, they could bring back Frank Thomas and his Nugenics pills and Mark Burley and his no-hitters, and it's still
you
not
can
gonna
get
help.
you can get Doug Flutie in there on that team too, doing those commercials. Okay, let's that's a little plug, maybe a sponsorship. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Nugenics.
Contact Notebook Wagering Salisbury Center.
I did
at
meet
Wild Style
Frank
Productions.
Thomas. Really nice guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go in the chat here because Ken had a couple things I was reading here. I like it's a culture change and it's not baseball. Nobody is willing to sacrifice anything anymore. Yeah, it's pretty much life. It's pretty much in everything right now. Ken, another thing, the days of MJ playing 82 games and never taking a night off are over. Well,
Yeah, I'd be intrigued to see. I'm gonna have to Google it while we're talking. See who played 82 games this year. Somebody said, "Oh man, LeBron played 70 games or something this year, like his high watermark for the last 5 years." Or what I was like, Jesus. I'm like, I don't think Jordan played less than 70 ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just nuts.
I mean, Larry Bird. If you watch any documentaries on Larry Bird could barely walk. His back was so bad. And one of the greatest quotes, he goes, I watched my dad get up every day and put his boots on and go, I think, to like a factory. And he's like, he never took a day off. He said he hurt, he goes, just had to do it.
There we go. The Google never disappoints. 16 players, I believe, have played all 82 games this year.
Hey, real quick, how about the guy that was gambling for the Toronto Raptors, man?
Hey, always bet on yourself.
Yeah, he did bet on himself. Too bad he got caught, too.
Yeah, well, he just wasn't very bright.
Well, no, the whole, and follow, get on Visa, and if you can go back and listen, Follow the Money today. Follow the Money. They really went into this. So this guy, what's his last name? I lost it. I didn't write it down on my notes. Who's the guy that was gambling on himself, Matt? His brother, his brother's
Porter.
a lot.
Dante Porter.
Porter, yeah. There you go. Dante Porter. Dante Porter plays for Toronto, and is not a very good player. Only scores like 3 points a game. I mean, nothing. And was only making, now compared to what myself and Matt make, yeah, the guy's making a lot of money. But in the NBA sense, he's not making a lot of money. So this guy, there was some red flags because his player props, there were some bets that were going on his player props doing the under. Well, the game that there were some big bets on, he checked himself out and said he didn't feel well and left the game. So they hit. So like they said on Follow the Money today, and if you can go back and listen to it, they did it. Mitch Moss and Jonathan, I'm losing his last name. Whatever. Who cares? They drilled it well. And they're like, it's a red flag. I mean, when you have, luckily this guy even has a player prop on him. Van Tobel. That's his last name. Came to me.
Oh, Jonathan Von Tobel.
Yeah. So when you have a guy that just barely plays and shouldn't even probably have a player prop, and then money is just coming in hard, it's a red flag.
Yeah.
And then this guy checks himself out and says he doesn't feel well. And then they investigated him more. And then I guess he had some bets that he did some, I don't know. I want to say friends accounts and went against Toronto because Toronto was really in tank mode. So here's the thing. He's banned. He's out of the league, not allowed to play, will never be in the league again.
Yeah, he got caught because somebody put an $80,000 parlay on him to hit some unders, and they froze the bet when he checked himself out, and they investigated it, and that's what led to this whole thing.
Why aren't we hearing more about it? Well, yeah, James. I don't know. And I don't want to say that I think that was a fishy situation in Major League Baseball. I don't know. I think that was completely swept under the rug. I think someone took a fall for that, but that's just my opinion. Maddie,
Yeah,
what do you
call
have
me a
to say about that?
conspiracy. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I'm pretty sure Shohei's interpreter got a payout from somebody, maybe Shohei himself, maybe even MLB. Who knows? Because you can't ruin the face of baseball right now. And that's what he obviously is. So yeah, I think somebody did take a fall for it. Maybe he gets to go to the cushy prison like Mike the Situation from Jersey Shore went to for tax evasion.
Yeah,
He
he's gonna
goes
play tennis, and he's gonna be like Goodfellas. They're
go
gonna
work
be
out.
they're gonna have their nice meal, and they're gonna be slicing onions and everything, dipping it in the sauce and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, hey, Pete Rose had the best thing with that, man. He's like, maybe I should have had an interpreter.
Yeah. Oh, he should have.
Gotta have that fall guy. Gotta have that fall guy. All right, let's go real quick. We got a little bit more. NFL draft next Thursday. Man, next Thursday show is going to be fun, Matt, because we're going to have a lot of rumors. We're going to be on right before it starts, so we can kind of go a little bit what we think is going to happen. It's next Thursday is going to be a lot of fun. So I got a couple.
I might be in the casino. I might have to do another live spot. So
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, that'd be great. All right, NFL. Here's my question: 4.5 quarterbacks first round.
over.
You think over? Okay, tell me, and tell the audience why the over.
It just goes back to ages. Everybody wants that 5th-year eligibility on a quarterback, and there's a lot of teams with 2 first-round picks. Vikings have 2, Bears have 2, and some teams just don't even need their first-round picks. And then you have teams who want to come back in and who are drafting like early second round and could miss out on their quarterback early. And then, hey, Bo Nix is still there. Michael Penix is still there. So it's going to be Caleb Williams and then Jaden Daniels, Drake May, given. There's 3. J.J. McCarthy, barring a total something getting blown up, is going first round. So there's 4. I think
McCarthy's going first. Yeah.
Correct. Absolutely.
Easy.
Penix, they say, is getting tons of love, especially by the Raiders, who have a whole new coach and like outlook, and they're trying to I won't be shocked that Devontae Adams is traded here come draft night. So I think there's going to be a lot going on, and we do our draft sheet, so we always put in, hey, how many trades are going to happen? And I hate to say it, I'm not a Bo Nix fan or a Michael Penix fan, but I think both of them are going to go for round 1. I think there's going to be 6 quarterbacks taken round 1.
Wow. I was kind of man, it's hard because Bo Nix is not a first round quarterback. I mean, you're talking about Kenny Pickett going first round. Bo Nix is not. Kenny Pickett's better than Bo Nix.
I'd disagree.
No, I don't know about that.
I'd highly disagree.
And I brag Bo Nix up a lot. I think Bo Nix will be a backup and be an okay backup in the league, athletic for a little bit. But if you watch Oregon, it was a lot of quick swing passes, and those kids just took off.
Yeah, but he started at Auburn too. He wasn't Pickett
not fantastic, and that's why he left.
Yeah,
and I bragged up Bo Nix for 2 years on this show.
Yeah, I'm not a Knicks fan, but I think somebody's going to be enamored with him, and the rumor is it's Sean Payton. So who knows?
Well, that's why Denver stinks.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're going to continue to stink. But and people might come at me and go, "Well, you said I do like Bo Nix. Bo Nix was great in college. I don't know if he's going to be great in the pros." And listen, McCarthy right now. Here's the best thing going for McCarthy. And I'm a Michigan guy. Matt's a Michigan guy. Is he ready day one, Matt, to be an NFL quarterback? Okay, you're delayed. I'm going to go. No. He has to sit for 2-3. It's a Jordan Love thing all over again with McCarthy, which it's okay because he's 21 years old. Bo Nix is old. Penix is old.
I don't know if he's not ready though.
Oh my goodness, I don't think so.
I wouldn't fight you. I think the ideal situation is yes, get drafted and you have to sit 1 year for sure. But I won't be mad if somebody does throw him in there.
Now, you
It's
might be right.
hard-
Listen, the
It's
league is
hard
all
for
about
guys to
quarterbacks.
sit, and it's hard to use if you're going to be taken first round. It's hard for somebody to sit when you're investing all that money in a first rounder.
I agree. Okay, so we got Nix, Penix, and Spencer Rattler out of South Carolina. Do you think he gets in the round one?
I don't. I don't think he's gotten enough attention. Who knows? Maybe somebody behind the scenes
Round two?
has fallen. I'm gonna say pass on round 2. I'll say round 3.
Wow, okay.
We might not see another quarterback in round 2 unless it's Penix or Nix. I
Okay.
think those two around 1/2. I think he might drop a little bit. So
Okay. So on Follow the Money today, I think this is a great bet. Mitch Moss was talking about the Chargers with their first pick, taking an offensive line guy. And it was a pretty good number. I can't remember. I was walking out of the house. I did not write it down. But you got to remember who we have now as the coach. And it was a great number. If I can find it and I can bet it, I think I'm going to. And the guy out of Notre Dame is going to be there. What's Jim like to? Yeah, what's Jim like to do? Run the ball. Who's his offensive coordinator? The guy that was at Baltimore. What did they do with him? They ran the ball. Dobbins just got signed for the Chargers.
yep. Right to the IR though.
Right. Oh, right to the IR. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But and listen, they need wide receivers. They need some wide because you got the quarterback that needs weapons. But it's Jim, man. Again, Matt, Michigan guys, we're talking here. What are they going to do if you can get a good number on an offensive line guy? Are you going to take that bet? I think they take an offensive line guy.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm gonna go the opposite.
Okay.
I think they're the team to trade out and recoup picks.
okay.
I think that's the spot where somebody needs to get McCarthy, or even if Daniels or May slip a spot, who knows? This is so unpredictable, and somebody always gets enamored by somebody we never know, like the Patriots drafting Cole Strange or whatever his name was round 1, and I still remember the Jaguars back in like the early 2000s when they drafted like Tyson Alu, like number 7 overall. And we were like, man, that guy's a round 2 grade. How did he get that high? Somebody gets enamored. Something always shakes it up. I'd love to bet on the draft. And I actually think a really good player prop for the Chargers to pick if they trade back is Brock Bowers, the tight end.
Yep. I've seen that.
I don't know, but I agree. Their biggest need is probably O-line. I don't think that Alt gets past the Titans at 7. So I think that is his, I guess you want to call it floor. His ceiling could be all the way up to where the Chargers are, 5, 6, 7. Joe Alt. Maybe if you can find a player prop, Joe Alt, to be drafted 5th, 6th, or 7th, that might pay.
Okay, before we get out of here, so let's go. Your team is the Commanders. They're going quarterback.
Yep.
I'm going to ask you this next week, too, because we're going to be right before the draft starts. Who are they taking?
I hope it's Jaden Daniels. I won't be mad if it's Drake May, and I won't be mad if Caleb Williams somehow falls out of the top spot, which probably isn't going to happen. But then this organization super scares me, and they've always scared me recently. I guess they brought in all 4 quarterbacks.
They did. Yep.
Yesterday or today. So they brought
A
in
couple days ago, they were down at Top Golf
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, they were hanging out Top
all
Golf.
4.
Yeah, all
So
4.
are they doing that just to meet their quota of player visits, or are they really unsure of what in the hell they're doing? I don't like it either way. Like their off season, yeah, everybody's like, oh, we had a really great off season. We signed 19 free agents. I'm like, great. That really doesn't mean a damn thing. Doesn't mean they're going to gel. Doesn't mean they're going to play well. You know what it means? It means you paid these guys. So maybe they don't even want to play now that they got paid. So their scorecard to me gets a incomplete still, and I hope on draft night I do hear Jane Daniels. I won't be mad if it's him, Williams, or May, though.
I hope the Commanders next. Little Bo Nix.
If it's Bo Nix, then again, I'm going to be back. I will trade in my card again, and I will go to the Houston Texans.
Yeah. All right, Steelers. I'm gonna go. We haven't. We used to do draft shows, and we did get Shane on this year, and Shane Holland. Follow him. He's fantastic. He's been on the show many times, and he does quality stuff. I mean, he's a talent. Steelers. Mims. Isn't it Mims out of Georgia? Offensive line guy.
Amarius Mims.
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
All right.
Anything offensive line, I'm fine with. Anything
I'm
offensive.
with you.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the center from Oregon, Jackson Powers Johnson.
See, I'll do a dollar bet right now. They didn't even talk to him. They didn't even bring him in.
They didn't talk. I don't think who'd they draft last year? I don't think they talked.
Now, Matt, here's the thing. You know who the Steelers are going to take, man. Harris, they were all over. They were all over Mims. The Steelers, it's predictable. They're predictable. If the guy's there,
I don't think Mims is going to get there.
Oh, he might not.
I think he's going to be gone.
I'll do a dollar friendly bet with you. A dollar bet. Just dollar bet that even if that guy's there, that Oregon guy ain't coming to Pittsburgh.
All right, I'll do.
I mean, I could be dead wrong on it. I mean, I could
bragging rights. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, bragging. I don't think if he's there, I don't think he's the pick. I don't think he's the pick.
If you want a flyer, who I think they could take, if they don't sign or trade for Brandon Ayuk, I think they might draft a wide receiver.
Oh man, I hope not.
Because
I still think they're going to do something there. I really do. But
that's the word on the street. So
yeah, we'll see. I had one more team I wanted to ask you, but I can't remember what team it is. So next week's gonna be fun. I mean, next week's gonna be a lot of fun because there's gonna be so many rumors going, and I mean, we'll really break it down and everything. So, all right, Maddie. Any final things, man? Not a busy night, but a fun night to talk sports, which it always is.
No, but I'm just gonna say, reach out about playoff hockey. The brackets will be set. On that. Yeah, brackets will be set at the end of tonight. They're just waiting on two teams in the West for seeding. That's it. But man, I think this is a year where there's no favorite. Like we saw some real powerhouse teams recently. Like Tampa Bay was pretty loaded those couple years. Vegas was pretty stacked when they won. I think there's a team sneaky that could get in and make some noise here. The Rangers, to me, don't look like, I mean, they won the President's Trophy or President's Cup, whatever it is, for the best team. I don't know. They don't scare me that much. I know they have the great goaltending. If you were to give me the old hypothetical, if you were to give me $100 right now, who to bet on, I would bet on the Boston Bruins.
Man, Ken, going right after it, man. Hockey plays. Rock the red. When do the Pens play? Golf, that is.
They play golf with the Flyers.
Yeah. Great job with the Flyers pulling the goalie the other night. Hey, great job with 3 minutes left. That was smart.
Well, that was awesome to do it. They did it for one reason.
Oh, they screwed the Penguins. That's what they were doing. Absolutely. That's all it was.
Yep.
And listen, I'm not. Will I gamble this and were we going to talk about it? Absolutely. I love playoff. I don't do much with the NBA. Me and Maddie will be going hardcore here with the NBA because the NBA is fantastic in the playoffs. So with the hockey. Not a big hockey guy. I wish the Penguins would have got in. And I'll say I don't think DC. I don't think they're going very far. I don't think they're that good. I don't think they're that good of a team. So sorry,
they might
Ken.
steal one series. That's it.
I don't even think they do that. I think they 4-1. I think they get one game. I don't think they're that good.
I'll see some of these characters in the chat room this weekend. So we'll discuss it a little more closely over some beers.
Oh, there you go. Have some beers and talk some hockey. So
yeah.
Hey, John. I think he's on the phone. He's doing a million things right now. I think we're going to be out of here, man. So, Maddie, any last words?
Nope. Go Sixers. And like we always say, hey, bang your bookies, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Notebook Wagering Podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any episodes, and be sure to follow @Notebook Wagering. Until next time.